In this video, I'm going to share some extremely simple coloring books that are making over $20,000 per month. And what is crazy is that it has only taken a few short months to create that kind of income. And something else even more crazy is that these books are self-published and they do not have any paid ads whatsoever to generate these kinds of sales. Keep watching to see what these coloring books are, how they have generated $20,000 per month in income, and how you can do it too. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books, and you're watching one of them right now. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me. And if you are interested in publishing your very own coloring books, I have a very exciting course that will be coming out shortly that will walk you through the steps to create low and medium content books on the Amazon KDP platform. There is a link down in the description box below if you want to get on my waitlist to be the first to be notified when this course is available. I have a very exciting series of books to share with you today. Coloring books are some of my favorite books, not only to publish, but to use myself. And although I know how popular coloring books are, particularly on Amazon, I still get so excited to come across new coloring books and new self-publishers who are just making it work and creating really cool coloring books and building really successful, thriving self-publishing businesses. I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's take a look at this self-publisher and her coloring books. The self-publisher I'm looking at today is called Meg Publishing. She has published a series of coloring books, which are these sort of simple, bold, and easy designs for adults and for kids. They're not too detailed that kids can't color them. Kids can color them in if they want. Adults can color them in if they're looking for something that's just easy and simple, nothing too intricate, nothing too detailed. She has currently 18 different titles that she has published, mostly coloring books. There are a couple of other types of books in here, a notebook, some maze books, but for the most part, the main books, her most popular books, are these series of coloring books. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a closer look at just the top 5, her 5 most popular books, just because I don't want this video to go on for too long. The first book that we are going to be looking at is the most popular one, published January this year, which is her food and snacks coloring book. Let's take a look inside at what kind of coloring images are in this book. So we can only see one page of the inside feature, a slice of pizza. On the back, you can see that these are so simple. They're not intricate, they're not detailed, they don't look like they've been drawn by an artist or an illustrator or a graphic designer or anything like that. Some of the roadblocks that I hear all the time that people come up against when they are wanting to create and publish a coloring book but don't think they can is because they don't think that they're fantastic drawers or graphic artists, and they may not be that great at it, or they don't have the money to hire an illustrator. Let's take a look at her next popular book, which is a Woodland Escape coloring book. We'll look inside. I'm assuming it's going to be featuring some animals, maybe some plants. So yes, we've got a fox in a very simple forest, some butterfly, mushrooms. Again, very, very simple. There's no shading in these coloring images. The lines are quite thick, which is something quite characteristic of really simple, easy coloring pages. The next one we'll look at is this Ocean Oasis coloring book. They're just super simple images of ocean animals, ocean scenes, things that belong at the ocean. The next coloring book we've got, the next most popular one, is Sweethearts coloring book. This, I imagine, might start to do very well around Valentine's Day, around February. So even though it sells very well year round, I imagine there could be a nice little boost around January, February, in time for Valentine's Day. And the last one we've got here is an on the farm coloring book. So coloring images related to farm animals, things on a farm. So this particular book says it has 60 unique hand-drawn pages to color, which is the largest coloring book that she has. The rest of them have 32. This one's got 32 and the others have 40 coloring pages in them. So I imagine she started off with this one. So I imagine she maybe experimented with the length of her books, how many images do well, and it seems like her most current books have 40 coloring pages in them. So not a massively large coloring book, and so you don't always have to be creating the biggest book with the most pages. Customers prefer quality over quantity, so as long as you can get really good high quality coloring pages, you don't have to have a lot of pages within your coloring book. And so looking at these books, these pages within the books and the coloring images in them, it does just prove that sometimes less is more. Sometimes more basic is better. And sometimes people just want something really nice and simple. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to start looking at the figures for these books. We need to work out how well these books perform in terms of how popular they are with Amazon's customers, how much they sell, and how much they bring in royalty-wise for the self-publisher. So the first thing we want to do is go through the BSRs of the book, the bestseller ranks. So a bestseller rank is a number given to every book in the Amazon marketplace, and it basically just determines a book's popularity with Amazon's customers. So the lower the number, the better. The lower the number, the lower the bestseller rank, the more books you are selling. So the most popular book for this publisher is the Food and Snacks coloring book, and currently it has a bestseller rank of 405. The next book, which is the Woodland Escape coloring book, is currently sitting with a bestseller rank of 3,427. The Ocean Oasis coloring book currently has a bestseller rank of 4,298. The Sweethearts coloring book currently has a bestseller rank of 5,947. And the On the Farm coloring book is 11,388. That's the bestseller rank. So amazing bestseller ranks for all of them, but in particular for the best-selling book being in the top 500 of Amazon across every single book in the Amazon store is incredible. So what we need to do is we take these bestseller ranks and we pop them into a book sales calculator, which will estimate how many books are sold based on those bestseller ranks. So starting off with the first book, a bestseller rank of 405 means that that book could be selling approximately 4,000, just under 4,100 copies every single month. The next one with the bestseller rank of 3,427 estimated to be selling around 884 copies per month. And so I went through those top 5 books, went through all the bestseller ranks, and these are the figures that I came out with using the sales calculator. And so that comes out at least 6,600 books per month just from these top 5 books. And so I say at least because remember, this self-publisher has a total of 17 books published, but we are only looking at the top 5. So we're not going to be taking into account any of the sales from those other 12 books just for timing on this video and ease of getting through the figures. So estimated to be selling at least 6,600 books per month. And now that we have estimated the amount of books selling each month, we can start working out how much income these books are producing. And so all we need to do is work out the royalty that each book gets. A royalty is what you receive from Amazon after all the printing costs, all of Amazon fees have been taken out, etc. And what is left is your cut. And I like to look at this. I prefer to look at the royalties because we then get a real view of how much the self-publisher is actually making, actual profit, how much they are actually going to be getting into their bank account at the end of the month. All we need to do is pop on over to the KDP royalty calculator. All of the books, or most of the books, are 87 pages. They are 8.5 by 8.5, 87 pages and selling for $9.99, which equals a $3.15 royalty. So these books make $3.15 every time a book is sold, and that is what the actual publisher gets. $3.15 times 6,607 books equals $20,812 per month. It is just crazy to see these books making that much money in such a short amount of time. It's incredible. But actually, it isn't that crazy, and I'm going to show you why. And we'll look at what this self-publisher has done to get this kind of income and how any of us could easily do it too. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, this is not going to surprise you. So I actually came across this brand of coloring books on TikTok a few months ago. I have been regularly sharing videos on my channel over the last year or so showing low and medium content books that are seeing big success from TikTok, and I featured these books in one of those videos. So this might be familiar to you if you have seen that video. If not, I will link it down in the description box below so you can go and watch it later. And that was when I first started looking at these books on Amazon. Firstly, let's go take a look at what kind of promotion this self-publisher does that is away from Amazon. She has a really nice, colorful and professional looking website where she showcases her products. I feel like the design of this website is so in line with the style of her coloring books. They're just really fun, but it's bold and simple, just like her coloring pages. She's got a few different things that we can look at here. She's got a shop which has links to all of her products. Then we've just got a little bit of about her, how she got into this, how she started creating coloring books, and then we have this link at the top here which takes us to shop her coloring books on Amazon. So when people want the physical coloring books, they click on this link and there is a link here to shop the physical books. Then we have a link to a free coloring page. So she's offering free coloring pages in exchange for signing up to her email list. So she is building an email list. Doing this is one of the most important things that you can do for any type of online business, not just publishing, so that you can have a way to directly contact people who are interested in you or your product. So in this case, interested in your books. You should do this from day one of deciding you want to publish books. You should get this all set up before you've even published a book. It means that you have a list of people who love your books that you can tell about new books when you publish them. You can immediately start generating sales on a newly published book. And sometimes you will see a book that's only been published for a week or maybe a few weeks, and it has a high amount of sales and it has a high amount of reviews. And people often wonder how this happens. Most likely it's due to having an email list and notifying that email list when you have a new book launching, so they can go and get that book as soon as it's available. Now, something else we have a link to here is coloring pages that are printable. So if we go to her shop all category, she is also selling printable coloring pages. And this is something that, again, anyone who is publishing coloring books should do because it is no extra work. All you need to do is take the pages that you put into your document to upload to Amazon KDP, take those pages, make them a PDF, put them on a website and sell them that way as well. It's another way just to create an additional stream of income in addition to the books that you're already selling on Amazon. And also, aside from generating an email list, this person is active on TikTok and Instagram. As I mentioned earlier, I found these books by browsing TikTok, and this is where she has the biggest following on TikTok. So let's head back to TikTok. If we look at some of her most popular videos, she has one which went viral, 4.8 million for the farm coloring book, and the food and snacks coloring book that went viral and is currently sitting with 7.6 million views. If we look at the video, she is not in the video. She doesn't have her face or voice. It just has some music playing. And all she's done is she's completed her coloring book and she's flicking through it, showing people how simple the designs are, what the designs are, what they're going to get if they purchase this coloring book. She's had 245,000 likes, nearly 1,500 comments. In the comments is where people will ask, where do I get this book? And you can easily just comment back where to go get the book. This video that went viral is very similar, but she hasn't colored the book yet. The video is her coloring the book and just showing a really simple image using really simple colors. And again, she's not in the video. Her voice isn't in the video. It's just showing her coloring in with some music over that video. Now, there are also other accounts promoting her videos for her, which is something that I find so interesting about TikTok and really, really powerful. So this video here has had over 500,000 views, and it is not her account. It's somebody else coloring in her book and just posting videos about it. And these videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. And so what happens is people become super fans of your books, or they can become super fans of your books. And this is so powerful because they end up doing all the marketing for you and you don't even have to pay them to do it. They just love your book and they're happy to share that with their social media following. So you end up having multiple accounts that aren't even yours, that are just fans of your book promoting your books for you. And then what she does is she cross promotes to Instagram, which is also a really great strategy because you are just repurposing your content. You don't have to go and make brand new content. Just take that content that you created for TikTok and share it to Instagram. And so because of the huge amount of success that she's having just by promoting her books on TikTok, she does not run any kind of paid ads that I can find. I couldn't find any Amazon ads, and while using Amazon ads would just boost her income and just scale her business even further, she just might be happy not paying for ads, at least not yet, and maybe she'll start using ads in the future. But for now, it's pretty clear that what she's doing is working, and what she's doing is a free way to market her books. And I think we can all agree that making over $20,000 per month without having to pay for advertising at all is pretty great. So that is all we have time for today. I really hope you have enjoyed looking at this series of coloring books and found it as interesting as I did. I love looking into books that are doing really well and are successful to see what they've done, how they did it, and see if we can glean any nuggets of gold about how to promote and market books and get them in front of customers in new and different ways. Sometimes it can be overwhelming to see books like this making such large amounts of money, and it can feel like you could never do that, especially when you are just starting out publishing books. But please just use this as inspiration and motivation to know that anybody can do this, including you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.